Alright, YouTube, this is the Truth Man, aka Prophet Howard. So you gon' experience videos where I'm merely preaching and expounding on the scripture. In this video, I want to talk about why Pookie and Ray-Ray exist. Why Pookie and Ray-Ray exist. Understand this, that a lot of people enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. The preacher who won't say nothing to them because he doesn't want to lose that financial support enables Pookie and Ray-Ray. The relatives who are not good examples for them, who glorify criminal behavior, being a deadbeat, enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. The mothers who run off the good dads. You run off masculine good dads because, let's be honest, every guy ain't gonna let you emasculate him. So you run them off thinking in your arrogance and conceit that you can somehow do a better job by yourself. Oh, we finna have some fire today. The guy who rather try to impress women with his sexploits, but then he disappears, what I call Copperfield, instead of being there raising your kids. All of these people enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. People who have no standards enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. You think you really doing something, not obeying the scripture, not trying to be an upstanding person for God? You're going to create the next generation of evil people and demons, demonic people who walk around calling other people hypocrites, and they know how to say how a person should be when they themselves are nothing like it. Okay, all of y'all who say how a believer should be, how about you? How you living? How you living? That's what I want to know. You are enabling the next generation of criminals, thieves, panhandlers, bums, psychopaths, drug addicts. You. Man, I remember we used to bust moves. We used to hit licks. Man, here's the thing. When you talk about that stuff with your kids, your grandkids, nieces, nephew, you have to know how to keep it in proper perspective. You have to know how to use your previous experiences, in particular the negative ones, to guide those you are trying to reach in the opposite direction. It's not cool being no criminal. People can come over here and get rich, but you think you gotta steal? You must not be as smart as them. That's all it is. This is how Pookie and Ray-Ray is born. You don't have no confidence. You are soft. You sweet. Y'all think going around shooting people make you tough? No, that make you a fool. Because the only people you should be shooting, if any, is those who you didn't start no trouble with, but they started trouble with you, and there's no other way to solve the problems you have with them. Y'all enabling Pookie and Ray-Ray. When you advocate for criminals, whether you're a politician, whether you're a judge, whether you're a commissioner, you're setting them up for failure. you're not contributing positively to society. You're setting them up for failure. So just remember that, Mr. College degree. You got your bar license, but you advocating for criminals. You trying to get people off the hook to commit more crimes. I done heard people telling people that told me directly, I ain't never gonna change. Telling them, we gotta get you home. Telling these Pookies, these young Pookie and Ray-Rays, that they gotta get them home, and they'll never even be at home. They arguing with their mothers because they stay out all night. And some of these women, they enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. You think you're going to control him with sex. You think you're going to give him just a little here and there, demand monogamy, and then when he leaves you behind, now your kid is hanging with the bad kids at school. Public schools enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. They enable Pookie and Ray-Ray. Most private schools, you come with that, you getting kicked out. You gonna get expelled. But public schools, even some of the teachers, some of the principals, I've experienced it. They like the bad kids more than the good kids. I don't know. I believe I told this story. When I was in high school, I made a promise to my mother that when I get to high school, I ain't gonna be playing. Because I had bad behavior in middle school, bad behavior in elementary school. So I made my mother a promise that when I get to high school, I ain't gonna act like that. I got to high school and I was quiet, kept to myself, did my work, so on and so forth. I knew half the school because it was the neighborhood school, but I did what I had to do. This particular guy, I don't know what he thought. I think he thought I was soft because I was quiet, but he didn't know. In fact, he should have known, because if I'm not mistaken, me and him went to middle school together, and I was throwing down in middle school. Like, I was throwing down, I wasn't even that big, and I was fighting. I had plenty fights in middle school. 7th grade, 8th grade, throwing down. But I think he might have forgot. What he did was, he put a couple staples on a rubber band. Then he supported it with like a little piece of cardboard. He made like a slingshot, and he pulled it back, flinged it towards me. The staple went right here, right in the back of my head. I wouldn't have knew who did it. I thought I got bit by like a bug. It was kind of warm outside, bees. I was like, till I heard them two laughing back there. I heard it was two of them. They was laughing. I looked, I had blood on my hand. I went right back there and fired the mess out of him. Bang! I mean, I hit him so hard, I caught him clean. So, you know, people underestimate you when you religious or you quiet, low key. Listen, I always done threw down, man. I always threw down, man. So, when I hit him, the other guy gave up. He leaned against the wallpaper on the board, the decorations the teacher had up. All right, man, I'm sorry, I quit. Because he was next. I was ready to fight both of them by myself, and I would have gotten them. They ain't have it like that, man. I don't know what they was thinking, to be honest with you. It was just a strong case of misconception. So when I hit him, again, my fist, everything, every area of my fist caught was damaged on his face. I broke his nose, I bust his lip, and I swelled up his eye. When the principal saw this, he says to me, "What did you do? I can't believe this. You're suspended indefinitely." He said, "You can't come back to school until I say so." So after 3 days, I'm calling him, "Hey, can I come back to school?" "No, not yet." After like maybe 5 days, he let me come back. Normally suspensions are 3 days. Now keep in mind, we both told our side of the story. He still suspended me indefinitely. He tried to kick me out. He tried to kick me out of school for that. For the young little pookies in the classroom not doing their work, want to test me. Now they should have knew. Ain't nobody really testing me like that at this school. Because again, I knew half the school. I knew these guys from elementary and middle school, most of them. They knew I'd throw them hand. They knew it. But this guy thought, because I was quiet, that somehow he could just do what he did. Principals enable pookies. The media creates pookies. They glorify rappers. Rappers who talk about shooting people, taking people, girls, this, that, and the other. Their videos are recommended on YouTube. They have millions of views. While mine, which I try to steer people away from a life of crime, and I try to steer people away from unwanted pregnancy, so on and so forth. But my videos are shadow banned. I get strikes all the time. Media enables pookies. So when I hit this guy, he was apologizing. "I'm sorry, man. I was just playing this, that, and that." I didn't even say nothing to him. Like, cause I was still mad. Like, I really felt like when we was sitting there in the principal office, because when I fired on him, she called security, and security ran up in there and made sure nothing else happened. Because I was really trying to get both of them. And when I was sitting there, I felt like I ain't get them good enough. So, even the movies, like I say, you ever notice how the quiet kids and stuff get bullied on like a lot of the 80s movies? Ain't nobody was gonna bully me. I said when I was 13, 14, after dude grabbed me, a guy grabbed me like he was about 10 times my size. And he grabbed me by the neck in the classroom because me and his nephew, who were the same size, got into it. His nephew didn't want to fight me because he knew he was going to lose. He comes in my class and grabs me by the neck. I said from that point, I'm fighting everybody. I'm win, lose, or draw. I'm throwing hands. And that's what I did. Because it's not that I was scared. The dude was like huge. And this same guy that did that, he's actually from my neighborhood. When we grew up, he kind of like stayed off the block, even though he stayed right around the corner. Because he already knew. Things had changed. But all of these things, the movies, the principle, create pookies. They create pookies. Your college education ain't gonna stop people from being pookies. You gotta be a good example, watch what you say and watch what you do, and try to influence people to good behavior. That's how you stop people from becoming Pookies and Ray-Rays. I've heard dudes, no, not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, excuse my language. Talking about, when I get out, I'm gonna get her pregnant. Then they wonder why these kids is hungry. These kids is in poverty. You got the mother selling the food stamps. She got 4 kids at home and she's selling her food stamp to get her nails done. We gonna start calling them Pookishas too. Pookie and Ray-Rays. Pookie and Ray-Rays. The female version of Pookie and Ray-Ray. And think about it like this. Now you have women objectifying themselves. Of course, who's not gonna look? Who's not gonna look? Woman just last night, her feed comes up. She says, I'm practicing for when I get a man. Taking her legs, putting them behind her head, stretching herself out in all different ways. And some women actually think that guys ain't gonna look at that. Or if guys be in her DM saying, man, can I F? She'll take it the wrong way. Listen, man. If you listen to rap music, that's fine. But it's another thing when you try to live out those things that they talk about, that if you do them, you're going to end up dead or in prison. Now you're a Pookie. You're a Pookie. And you weak-minded. Because none of y'all want to go to prison, but you keep doing stuff where you end up there. You're somehow hoping that you can misbehave and nobody sees it. Nobody says anything. They just let you keep doing it. Let you keep stealing, burglarizing, killing, robbing, fighting, assaulting people, and just turn a blind eye. Oh, he's just living life. If this is you, if you lit somebody out and they kill somebody, you should lose your bar license. If they have a serious crime and you lit them off light and they end up being loss of life, you should lose your bar license. You're enabling Pookies. And that's all I'm gonna say on this one. This is the truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, no living the Pookie lifestyle. Robbing, stealing, killing, drug dealing. When the Indians, Nigerians, everybody else could come over here. Clean record. Clean record. And get rich. Richer than you. And you think you gotta run the streets to get money. No Matrix. You in the Matrix. You live in the Pookie lifestyle. You think somehow that you could die in sin. And the Most High is gonna let you in the kingdom freely. You did nothing to live for him. You was a weak little punk who didn't want people to think you were soft or you went down. And then you died. And some of y'all gonna die. And once you die, that's it. You're trained by these people to hate and have disdain for the Bible and for church. That's why you're a Pookie. I will see you all with more videos to come. We got a lot to talk about today. We already done dropped a couple of them. It's just me in my car for now. But I got a lot to talk about. So tune in.